Hey, we finally have some news in regards to the expansion. The trailer is awesome. Mounts is better than I expected. The flail, call me Trevor fucking Belmont. Artifact weapons, something I suggested back in 2020. So, what is this title? Why are you worried? Well, I guess I was just expecting more content. Like the region north of Morningdale, or south of Brimstone that's called Dunwood. So let's see what's going on here. Let's go all the way back to this year's roadmap. MSQ update. It's been 2 years and the Isabella story is still not finished. Perk balance updates. It's more so a entire progression update, so gear score increase could be combined with this. Season and world events. This is included in every single season because they're just the copy-pasted events and sometimes something new like Siege of Sulphur right now. Sadly, it's quite bugged. The PvP players got some breadcrumbs with the influence update. I feel so bad for the PvP players. How is it that we still don't have a 10v10 capture the flag mode or any other battleground other than OPR? Of course, the season pass, that's an easy 20 bucks every 3 months. Now on the expansion side, you have a new story. Notice how every season comes with a season story except fall. Yeah, exactly. That belongs in season 3 then. A zone transformed. The revamp of First Light. So they've revamped zones before. Monarch's Bluff got a hefty revamp. Windsward just a little bit, Everfall also a little bit. But it's essentially still polishing the base game because this game got rushed out of the door way too fast and all these zones were copy-pasted buildings, copy-pasted mobs, fetch quests, and nothing interesting. So I think First Light revamp should also belong in the season. Even though, I gotta say, this First Light revamp is stunning, but it's still a revamp. New Expedition. So every season comes with some new PvE content. In Season 1 we had the Forge, Season 2 we had the Sandworm. Even before seasonal content, we have gotten a few expeditions like Tempest, Barnacles, and the Ennead. So this pretty much also kind of fits in the season category. Mounts. Alright, this belongs in the expansion, that's for sure. I really love what I've seen so far from mounts, that you can equip your sort of buff, kind of like World of Warcraft carrot on a stick. But I've read some questionable things in an article, however. So you can get your mount at level 25 in Everfall, but you can only access the mount if you have the expansion. So quite early on, you're getting manipulated in buying the expansion because you're seeing all these other players on mounts that are like level 26, 7. You're over here walking everywhere. It's kind of paywalled, if you ask me. So the new weapon, we've gotten a lot of free new weapons like the Spear, Ice Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet, the Great Sword, and it was all part of the seasonal regular content drops basically since day 1. So I would put this in season content as well. Now the new Heart Rune, this comes with every new PvE activity like the Expedition and the Sandworm. So now I'm just thinking, what are we really paying for? Look, I have no issue in supporting the developers. In fact, you could probably call me a whale at this point because the amount of skins I've bought, the furniture sets, and I've bought all the season passes to support their development, so... But by the looks of it, there's just not enough to justify $30. And most players will probably see the price-value ratio the same as I do. I've gotten a lot of my friends into playing New World, and no surprise they've all quit because of the lack of content and the monetization changes. Most of them were ready to jump back in with transmog. Well, that's paywalled, unless you grind hours upon hours for your weekly token, 1 token, wow. And they were super excited for mounts as well. Seems like that's about to get paywalled as well. So I don't think any of my friends will return to the game, which sucks. So I might need some of you guys to play with me instead. Yo, I'm on Valhalla. Hit me up. I'm lonely. Help. They need to try and win back all the players they have lost. As I mentioned in my detailed transmog video, I was right about transmog not doing much for player growth, content participation, with how it's designed and kinda paywalled. Well, let's hope I'm wrong on the expansion, but as it looks right now, I don't think many will come back or stick around for longer than a month with the content density that I've seen. But let's not judge too fast, we still have to test it out on the PTR. I truly believe the monetization is killing the potential this game has. It's such a shame because the game keeps improving from visuals and armor, weapons, mobs, world building, more interesting PvE encounters with unique mechanics, storytelling, the gear progression is getting a lot better, everything is getting better. But the sad truth is, the game should have been like this at launch. And now they're trying to resell the game again for almost the box price, keep in mind, $30. The game costs $40. They've added $80 a year in season passes. They've cut down on skin bundles. They have re-added highly requested skins like the Jedi Dragon, and they have put it into a $70 bundle with lame Christmas store items that no one wanted. They have added boosters, and the territory booster is, in my opinion, pretty pay to win. You can get up to 300 standing for half the gold cost and twice as fast, and the benefits for being 300 standing is a 50% trading tax reduction, so you'll end up having an easier time flipping the market, cheaper buy orders selling higher, and you can just generate gold this way. They paywall transmog tokens between $2.50 to $2 each, or you have to grind an insane amount of hours to get just one token a week. They have create problems with Ward and Bane requiring you a bunch of gear sets, then proceed to sell you the solution. I don't know, man, it just all leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and probably for most of the player base if you really think about it. And this is what I'm so worried about. Will players return again? They did with Brimstone, so why not now? Well, Brimstone was completely free, also a new zone, and not just revamped. And back when Brimstone came out, there was way less monetization flooding the game. I really hope the $30 price tag on this, I guess you can call it seasonal plus content, is not going to scare players away, but from asking around my personal space and environment, the people that I know, hardcore and casual players, it kind of seems like it has. Even though obviously this is a small sample size, I can't speak to everyone. I want this game to succeed so badly. I love the gameplay, the visuals, the audio, it's all so good. I've been giving feedback regarding this game since early 2020. I really hope that AGS thinks about this one more time. Is it really worth it to sell the expansion but have limited amount of players? Or is it better to see this amazing piece of seasonal content, because let's be real, that is what it is, regain a lot of old players and attract new? Now that players are having a good time in the free new seasonal content, they bought the season pass, they might even buy a skin or two. Now you have a healthy player base, and you have an income to keep developing a real expansion with multiple zones, multiple expeditions, a full skill raid, and so on. But I don't know what's best for the game. I don't have a crystal ball, and 8Ball can't seem to make up his mind, so no one really knows. I'm just here telling you my opinion and laying out the question. However, I'm very excited to try it out on the PTR, and more than likely I will make a follow-up video, of course. I'm also curious what will happen with the future seasonal content, if it's ever going to be paywalled in a expansion zone. But anyway, that's it for me. I hope this video starts a discussion on the topic. Obviously, I would love to hear what you guys think on the matter. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, comment for the algorithm, and be sure to the subscribe button. Until next time, later.